So now, to take the edge off, we turn to drinking.
Hey, this the king of melodies beat.
Yeah, what's going on? We back with some more Jim Jefferies. Right now he's talking about America's drinking age makes no entire sense. I agree with him, you know what I mean? Once you step abroad, all the rules change. I really don't get it. I don't understand why they make these rules up and down the way they do. But let's see how his take go. Y'all.
We began tonight's show talking about drugs. So now, to take the edge off, we turn to drinking. Specifically, binge drinking. And where a lot of that drinking happens, fraternities. First of all, let me just say, fraternities are one of those American things that as a foreigner, I just don't understand it. They're exclusive societies where the only way to become a member is to be subjected to hours of torture.
One student had written anonymously to the university, "I was hosed, waterboarded, force-fed disgusting mixtures of food, went through physical exercises until I passed out."
Mind you, that frat was Guantanamo Bay. Sounds fun, doesn't it?
I mean, that's what it sounds like, right? I could never be in a fraternity. The stuff they do is humiliating. And I could never follow nobody under someone like that. I'm my own entity. You dig? I mean, I believe in teamwork, make the dream work. But when it comes to this, no. Leave me out of that.
You get kicked and punched lots, but then you get to hang out and drink. Or I guess you could just find some friends to drink with and skip the whole humiliation and violence. But what would the point of that be? Some of my best lifelong friendships began with some of those friends just beating the shit out of me. It reminds me of that old Groucho Marx jokes. I don't want to belong to a club that would accept someone like me. A person so desperate for approval that I allow myself to be tied to a flagpole and be force-fed a cracker with semen on it as a member. And why is being in a frat referred to as Greek life? I've read some Greek mythology. I haven't. But I don't remember Zeus chugging from a beer bong or Hera inserting a vodka-soaked tampon in order to get into Olympus. Look, I think my stance on fraternities is clear. They're stupid, right? When I run into a college friend that I haven't seen for 20 years, I much prefer not to have to sing a song or do some elaborate handshake. This is a handshake. You go down the middle, you keep eye contact, you have a firm grip. I don't want to do any side to side or up or down or high or low or anything. And don't grab too quick. You don't want people's hands like that.
Yeah, I hate when people do that to me. I really do. Like, what are you trying to do over here, man?
That's their fault. It's not your fault if they grab too quick. Pull people up on that. Don't clench until the webbing. So yes, handshakes are the worst thing about fraternities. The second worst thing, they keep killing kids.
10 students from an LSU fraternity were charged with hazing after the death of a freshman last month.
8 more members of Penn State's now banned Beta Theta Pi fraternity officially charged in connection with the death of 19-year-old sophomore Tim Piazza.
Man, they must have took this too far. Hazing gone too far, man. Hazing gone wrong.
Hazing deaths due to alcohol are on the rise, and that's because the primary purpose of fraternities seems to be giving underage kids a place to drink. In fact, after years of declining membership, frats saw a surge in popularity when the national drinking age was set at 21. And when college kids aren't able to drink in public places under supervision, it pushes them into dangerous situations.
Whether in a crackdown on alcohol on campuses across the country, we have driven students into their dorm rooms where they binge drink. That's deserving of some additional thought in terms of what the drinking age should be.
I mean, think about it. In a college dorm, no one knows what's in your room unless, there's some type of suspicious activity and they got to go up in there and look for what they're looking for. But long story short, them kids getting drunk. No one's going to know. There's nothing but drunk parties and sex at colleges. For all you parents sending your kids to colleges and you want to be naive to this, man, listen, open your eyes up, be on point. Read your kids, man. Study their body language.
Americans still operate with a prohibition mentality where alcohol is a bad, secret thing we need to protect teenagers from. But bad, secret things are cool. I mean, Americans are still fucking obsessed with speakeasies. Even when you're allowed to drink, you still get off by making it feel like it's illegal. Only in America are bars more expensive when they're hard to find. The United States is one of only 12 countries where the drinking age is 21. Look at this list. These are all countries, allegedly. And a legal age of 21 is particularly idiotic when you think about all the other adult responsibilities that we give to teenagers.
When you are 18 years old and you're capable of carrying a weapon in defense of your nation, when you're capable of getting married with no one's permission, when you're capable of buying a house or whatever, the idea that you're somehow incapable of determining whether to buy a six-pack.
I mean, he makes sense, because I know when you go to Mexico, the drinking age is 18.
Is profoundly silly.
Exactly. If you're old enough to go to war, you're old enough to have a beer. You can't tell a kid, hey, son, I'm sorry, I know you just cradled your best friend's head because a bomb blew it out the back. You know, so tonight, 2 scoops of ice cream in your root beer float. And bartender, make that root beer caffeinated. This man's a hero. Now go to bed. And forget about war. Everyone gives the war example. I say if you can do porn at 18, then you should definitely be able to drink at 18. It's crazy for me that it's legal for a girl to be filmed doing anal while screaming, I'm 18 at the top of her lungs, but it's illegal for her to get a drink with her co-workers afterwards? You know, to get to know each other on a personal level. The biggest sexual organ is right up here. The reality is everyone drinks before they turn 21. That's why when you go out for your first legal drink, you have to react with that faux surprise like you've never heard of alcohol before.
I'm not gonna lie, I started drinking before 21 myself, and I think all my viewers have too. Let me know what age you started drinking if you made it to this part of the video. Yeah.
Ooh, what does this alcohol taste like? Oh, it's unusual. Oh, this is true. This is the first time for me. I must continue to sample this unusual nectar. In France, parents give their kids a bit of wine with dinner so they can learn how to drink responsibly. That makes sense to me. Like, how come in America we won't let our kids have alcohol, but we'll let them have guns? Believe me, when it comes to alcohol versus guns, if someone's gonna overdo it, I'd rather someone go on a binge than a spree. And until America changes its ridiculous drinking age, parents need to teach their kids responsibility. In some states like New York, minors can drink alcohol if it's given to them by a parent. And nothing would make drinking less cool than parental endorsement.
You know what's crazy? I live in New York and I never even knew this.
So, mom and dad, do your part by getting wasted in front of your kids at home. Soon your teenager will learn to associate drinking with watching dad rub his ghoulies up against mum's thighs.
Yeah, this guy is different. All right, man, if you like this show and you're feeling the vibe, make sure you leave a comment and definitely hit that subscribe. I will check you on the next one, all right? But yeah, he got a point. American laws is a little bit backwards sometimes, if you ask me. But then again, you got some other countries that got some real, like, over-exaggerated laws too. So, you know, hopefully one day it'll all balance out and level out. All right, now, I'll see you on the next one.